think it's updated. I hope it is. Y'all bear with me a moment. Because yeah, it didn't translate everything over, so I have to manually update the description. Okay, give me 1 second. This is actually my first time including Twitch. I'm trying to make for sure everything is synced up. No, I'm not doing any games. Okay. We'll say hello to Princess Purple World D. My newest avatar. Trying to make sure you guys can see her whole outfit. It's not showing. Hold on. It's plugged into the charger and it keeps falling off. I didn't even know that she could flip. Oh, that's kind of dope. I did not know that. Can I make her like... Okay, that's not what I'm trying to do. So I'm like, what the fuck? Hold on. Okay, that's Strawberry. This is Strawberry D. But that is not the one I wanted. I wanted Princess Purple Girl. There we go. I don't know what happened when I tried to flip her, but it started tripping. No, I like that one better. That's boring. I kind of like this one. I feel like, yeah, go back. I feel like it's too much purple in the background. Yeah. I like that one instead. Okay. I want to make for sure my comment is showing up. So for those who haven't, don't forget to click follow on Rumble so we can get ready to rumble. I'll be doing a roast very soon. Can't tell you what day, but it'll be at some point this week. It's actually going to be quite hilarious. And just a few updates. So you guys know yesterday was Father's Day. It was a difficult time, so I chose not to be online because I actually have really been missing my dad. and my uncle that passed away from COVID. But I do want to give a shout out. I went to a casting call this weekend, met some wonderful people. Shout out to Up Above Entertainment, shout out to Little Flip, shout out to Dexter from Dexterity, all of the Up Above Entertainment crew that I got a chance to meet and get to know. I was able to capture some footage of the inside of the studio, so I'm editing that content and I'll make sure to tag all of you. But I had Saturday was a good day, even though yesterday was difficult. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I didn't go to sleep. I stayed up because I just really wanted to be able to go and present my skill set, and I was really happily surprised at the feedback, because I've been dealing with this allergy sinus cold that I clearly picked up from someone. I don't know if it was the Lyft driver or someone at the event, but regardless, I had a really good time. And it sucks because like I'm speaking healing, and I know I'm going to be healed of these tumors, but it gets frustrating when dealing with that gets in the way of me making it to events at the time that I want to. But apparently I made it there at the time I was supposed to. And I did sing a little bit of Say Yes by Floetry. Have not done a runway in a long time. It's been like some years since I've done runway modeling, but I was able to do a little bit of that. So I'm looking forward to positive new business connections, and it really felt like family when I was there. And the studio itself is dope. So y'all stay tuned for that content. Stay tuned for my upcoming movie, Gog versus Magog, The Purge. I am actually writing and producing that movie myself. And it's basically a vision of what I was shown when I died and went to heaven and came back, of the Gog versus Magog. And if you are following me on Instagram, you'll see my last two posts. It has a lot to do with this war that's going on. The war between Israel and Iran has been going on for centuries. This is nothing new. Anyone who knows anything about Ezekiel 38, you see in there where the Most High said to set your face against Magog and Gog, and Russia is at the heart of that. And like I told you guys last year, this is going to be the year that you're going to see Trump make a peace treaty deal with Putin and with the leaders of Iran, so that certain prophecies can be fulfilled. But just like in Thessalonians, where it says, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, there will be a peace treaty. Because I've already seen it in the 5D. I've seen the peace treaty, and Trump and Putin are besties. They have been for over 40 years. They're going to strike a deal. Iran's going to come in agreement with that. There's going to be things revealed. I need people to fully understand that we are in a spiritual war, and Israel is the home of the true descendants, the true chosen ones. Iran has aligned with otherworldly gods, and there are certain prophecies that must be fulfilled. So when they sign the peace treaty, and it will be enacted by 2026, we'll have up to 5 years of peace if they don't disrupt it before then. But just like the Bible says, when they say peace and safety, then sudden destruction, Ezekiel 38:7 says, be thou prepared. Not be thou scared, be thou prepared. So I'm going to get into some of that this week on Rumble. We're going to be doing part 2 of the Watch Party Pizzagate with Diddy, Jaguar, Jay-Z, and all the other quote-unquote elites that have all allegedly been involved in these different accusations of satanic sexual ritual abuse and bringing light to survivors of sex trafficking and sexual abuse. We are going to finish that. But I'm also going to be doing a roast. Apparently, I'm hearing things from subscribers about multiple real rejects of YouTube, including the geriatric division. So, we'll be addressing a few things in a good old roasting fashion, because y'all know I laugh and joke about things. Anybody got time to be taking people that you don't even know in real life serious on YouTube for bullshit? Way too many positive things that I'm focused on right now. So, like I said, I really had a great time meeting the members of Up Above Entertainment. Everybody was so welcoming and polite, and I was nervous. Like I said, I recently realized I've been exposed to mold, but I also have this like allergy, sinus drainage, kind of like a cold, and I was nervous about singing, but I got up there and did it anyway, and it was dope because all the feedback was like, you didn't even seem like. One person, he did tell me that he felt like I was holding back, which I technically was because I was congested, but it was an amazing feeling actually being up there singing, and that is more what I'm focused on, is my music, getting my songs finished and recorded, and really taking that aspect of my skill set more seriously in terms of doing more local singing, more performing. And I've already been aligned with more than one producer and DJs where it shouldn't be as difficult to get a cover band and actually start doing local open mic nights and doing covers, because that's what I like to do anyway, especially for my warm-ups. So definitely focusing more on that, and on the editing aspect, I am speaking into existence new opportunities, getting paid to do what I love to do, and getting paid substantially well, specifically 6 figures and up, and being able to start immediately from a remote standpoint and or hybrid. So that is the focus right now, and I do believe the people I met on Saturday that I believe we're already aligned. Again, shout out to Up Above Entertainment, shout out to all the staff that I met, shout out to Little Flip, shout out to all the new artists of Up Above Entertainment, especially the producer. Like, the energy frequency was dope, and I got a chance to witness him like make a few beats and make some music, and I got a chance to actually check out the studio area. They actually have a couple of sets that you guys may start seeing on the Just D Show. You might actually see me on a set doing my show, and not just, with my green screen. So stay tuned. Sammy Sam, good to see you. Thank you. So yeah, new opportunities I am speaking into existence. I am in expectation of miracles, blessings, for these new beginnings that I keep being shown in premonitions to manifest. I pray for the healing of my future divine masculine, and I pray for the healing of my new soul tribe, new soul family, genuine people who are unconditionally supportive, and we support one another, and there's no negativity, there's no competition, there's none of that. It's just alignment. And a lot of things sometimes have to fall apart, and you have to fall out of vibration with people in order to make room for what and who is for you. And that's what this recent strawberry full moon was about, as well as the Jupiter retrograde that we're still in. A lot of shadow work. That's what I'm actually currently working on. A lot of shadow work. Setting healthy boundaries, knowing the difference between being in communication with people who uplift you and being in communication with people who siphon and or drain your energy. Self-care, self-love should always be the number one priority. And if you have to distance yourself from people in order to deal with your life, it's okay to do that. Like, genuinely. So the space that I'm in right now is, I would rather just be focused on my manifestations. I decided to give less energy to the challenges because they're there to be a part of the journey, and they're there to build and make strong and to overcome. So I'd rather look at the abilities and the skill set and talents that I do have, put all my energy into that, no matter what my health is. Like I said, I had an episode the morning of the casting call, so my goal was to be there by 10 when it started. I ended up not getting there until like a little after 11. And like I said, everybody was welcoming. The energy was just very positive. And there was a 12-year-old little Hispanic girl that sang a song. When I tell you, that young lady, her vocals, I was like, my God, if she sounds that good at 12, bro, like she literally could be the next Selena. I don't remember her name, but I'll have to look on Up Above Entertainment's Instagram to see if they posted anything about her. That young lady, she sang her young little self off. Like, she was amazing. She was an amazing person to listen to. Her energy, to be so young and have that much passion, was even inspiring for me. So it motivated me when I went up there after her, and it just put me in an energy like, yeah, this is what I deserve to do. I deserve to get paid for my multimedia production skill set, editing, digital marketing, promoting brands and business and music. And then the other side of that is the spiritual channel I'm starting, the new health and nutrition channel with the meal planning, and then the virtual services. So I decided what I'm going to do is set a schedule, and if the health challenges that I'm healing over cause a disruption to the schedule, people would be notified. But that's what I'm going to do. That way it's easier to manage. And then all of my other time is in my music. Reteaching myself piano has been an amazing experience, because it's funny because I'm doing it on an app. But being able to make melodies and beats and bass runs and walk-ups, it's just putting me back in a space that I haven't been in such a long time, where making music was all I used to do, whether it was playing music, singing, writing, creating harmonies, melodies, 3/4 part, mixing different tempos and times. Like, anyone who's a musician, or you've ever taken, music in school or did sheet music, that 6/8 time is, I won't say difficult, it is a rhythm that once you get used to it, it's easy, but initially learning it wasn't when I was in school. So there's like songs that I remember listening to growing up that have inspired me and making like these new melodies. And one of them is Out My Mind, Just in Time by Erykah Badu. It's a 10-minute medley. That's the best word I can use for it. medley of songs. And those type of songs I like to do as covers to test my range, test my vocal strength and stamina, to see, is my breathing on point, pitch, tone. So I will be doing more of those lives as well with the voice training. That's going to probably be my next song for voice training. That one and Green Eyes by her. Because Green Eyes has higher octaves, which is more of a challenge for me. And I want to be able to push my vocals to reach those octaves. Especially because, it's like they said, when you walk in with confidence and it shows up in your singing, it comes through you. And so I've got to continue to work on the manifestation of my healing of my vocal cords, because it is a challenge when it's like it just seems to be an inevitable issue throughout all of Houston. It doesn't matter what part of town I've been in. Mold is a serious issue, whether it's an apartment, an Airbnb, a hotel, a room, whatever. And I've been exposed to that way too many times. So it does affect my sinuses and allergies, which, affects my singing abilities. And sometimes certain notes I can or cannot hit. So natural remedies, I'm working to just get all that, mucus and icky stuff out. But in the meantime, as a tribute to my dad, I've written 3 songs. I'm also going to teach myself how to play the guitar. I saw this guitar at Up Above Entertainment in the actual live band studio, and it looked identical to the one my dad used to have. And it just made me feel so nostalgic. Like I felt like he was there with me, and I'm like, yeah, I want something like that. And I'm going to teach myself how to play it, because my best memory as a young girl with my dad was because my dad was very tall. He was 6'4". Looking up and watching him play guitar with his bandmates after church, because my dad was Church of God in Christ, and he was always with the musicians and the band members, and they would have these jam sessions after church. And out of all 5 of my dad's kids, I was the only one that, even as a little girl, would just sit there with him, watching and listening and picking up on melodies. My dad is the reason I love music. He was a Pisces, and he had his ways. I'm not gonna lie. My dad had some ways about him that, of course, were fucked up, but for the most part, those memories of watching him, and he used to wear his afro back in the day. He would wear his afro with his suit, and when service was over, they would just keep playing and playing for hours until, the cleaners got done cleaning, and then of course they shut the church down. But those bring back good memories. And so when I saw that guitar, I was like, man, and it looked like a bass guitar. It was very smooth, very sleek, very clean. I was like, yeah, that's what I need to do. So I'm going fully into my music. I used to play clarinet. I was first chair, played a Rhapsody in Blue clarinet solo from Walt Disney's Fantasia, and received a standing ovation when I was a junior in high school. I want to be able to teach the youth, just vital music skill sets. Like I actually want to be able to have my own studio where they can come and learn about music and they don't have to pay anything. In fact, I want to have the funding to where I can already have instruments there, because I remember being that kid, sometimes your parents couldn't afford to purchase a brand new instrument, so they had to rent it. And I remember when I was playing clarinet, how easy the reeds would break, and how long you have to suck on the reed to, so make it wet enough to actually play the clarinet. Remembering the notes, the finger placement, the sheet music, like all of that stuff those are all great memories of my childhood that help and aid in the healing of the trauma of it, because it was always music that was my first love. It was always music that I could turn to, whether I felt good or, highs or lows. Music was always there, always has been. I can get caught up in creating for hours. I can get caught up in music for days, like literally just shut everything down and just go into creation mode. So going and being in that energy, feeling the positive energy there, and then seeing all the beautiful artwork, all the different artists that were on the walls, all the murals, and it just was an amazing experience. So I'm grateful for the casting call, and for all of the members, again, of Up Above Entertainment. Shout out to them. Y'all make sure y'all go like, share, and subscribe to their YouTube channel. And also to Little Flip. Also go follow all of them on Instagram. I do believe Flip and Zero, they just came out with their Kings of the South 2 album. Corey with the Keys and Flip are doing more music together. And I do want to catch their next performance, because that's what I was telling the lady there. Usually when they perform together, they're out of town. And by the time I found out about the concert where they were doing it here, it was like way at the last minute. But I always go and support, capture content during the events, and then create reels and do digital marketing and promote. The main reason I really want to continue to build a relationship with Up Above Entertainment is because very first time I heard Flip perform, September of 2023, he talks about God. He does it every time he performs. He references God. He always, keeps God first, and most artists, especially rappers, don't. So that's a frequency that I resonate with. And the energy at the studio was just high vibrational, so the name speaks for itself. Up Above Entertainment is dope. And I definitely am looking forward to more collaborations, more events. Looking forward to producing content for them and with all the other business owners that I met. I was amazed at the people that I met at this event, and they're so down to earth, global international CEOs, and they're interested in my skill set, and it just was like, it was so motivational for me, because going through this medical battle, y'all, is not easy. Like, I'm human, and I know that this is a part of the journey. This is all a test. I'm aware of that, but when my body puts me through changes, and a lot of times people don't understand, that's like how I ended up losing my job last year, because it was a work from home job. They didn't believe I was going through what I was going through until I ended up in the emergency room 3 times in 1 week. And they're like telling me that I'm not going to be able to walk, and I need to get these tumors removed and all this other stuff. And I realized on Saturday why the Most High has taken me through this journey of what was perceived as loss actually was everything. It's called a tower moment. It's everything falling. What we think is falling apart is falling into place. It's removal. It's ending. 999, angel number, new beginnings, endings. If I was still working full time for Progressive, none of this would have been possible. Like, none of it. Especially because I did work on Saturdays too. So, I would have had to try to see about getting the Saturday off, all this other stuff. I wouldn't have had the time to edit and create new content, including these avatars. I wouldn't have time to have gone live and built relationships with people. And shout out to all of my D's peeps, by the way. Shout out to the new subscribers. Shout out to my true supporters. I do appreciate you all. Like, I was talking with the head of their media department about my YouTube channel, and I was like, I've been able to grow my audience organically to almost 7,000 subscribers in just the matter of a few months. just by being my authentic self. And, you know, I tell people all the time, my channel is raw and uncensored. So, you know, if you type of person that's real sensitive, or you be in your feelings about whatever, then this ain't the platform for you, because I'm very outspoken, but I'm also very authentic. And when it comes to the bullshit of this industry that people are sweeping under the rug, that people are avoiding and being silent about, I don't care if you are a celebrity or not. If you know that people are being sexually assaulted, allegedly, for the sake of YouTube, or that they are being sacrificed, allegedly, and you have done nothing to help that, then you have been a part of it. Straight up. Same thing with these fucking cults. You know, the people that are upset at me for speaking my truth about being molested as a child and being raped twice as an adult, and finding out how unfortunately common it is in these damn cult-ass churches where sexual abuse has and continues to go on. It's a lot of people mad at me for talking about this shit where I'm from. And I don't give a fuck. Because until that shit stops, I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm going to keep presenting the satanic ritual calendar because it's accurate. So far, there hasn't been one event going on that hasn't aligned with the dates on that calendar. So, you know, people can be mad. They can be in their feelings. I don't care. You know, if people leave the platform, hey, I wish you well, but some of y'all that's going to these other platforms, you don't even realize that the people you support and are a part of this shit. And they're trying to cover for their asses by creating distractions about other content creators because they don't want their involvement getting exposed. But I told y'all, it's God exposing all of you. None of you are getting away. Not even the ones who leave the country, Rayford. You can go to Antigua. You nigga, take your ass to Timbuktu. You are going to answer for your alleged involvement in this shit with Diddy. And it said that allegedly Jay-Z and Beyonce are a part of this shit too. I'm still doing research on that. Because I want to be able to present receipts, not speculation. But Diddy is definitely not the only one. And this whole thing with Rayford and Suge Knight, both of y'all are guilty as far as I'm concerned. Ray J, you snitching on that motherfucker does not make you innocent. It actually incriminated you because you publicly admitted to being an accomplice to witnessing people being sexually abused, just like when you went on the Breakfast Club and Charlemagne was hyping you up as you were bragging about having Fab raped and shit. You got to question another man hyping up another man about raping men. You got to wonder what's wrong with both of them. And you guys are longtime friends. Last I checked, birds of a feather flock together, so do perverts and rapists. I don't know any people that are friends with rapists that aren't rapists themselves. Just like I don't know people who are friends with assassins that aren't assassins themselves. You know, people who threaten for women and children to be raped but claim to be advocates. Jaguar, right? Amazing how all these celebrities are watching my channel that I don't fuck with. Amazing how all of y'all found my shit. Amazing how the same pattern of behavior continues to happen. Miss Williams, good to see you, my love. You know, I recently had a conversation with two of my subscribers. They both said, so basically, these new content creators came in doing the same shit we witnessed Jaguar do to you. Come in with the love and support to get information. And then when you start questioning their motives, people start getting attitudes, Stone Paxson. I heard about the conversation you had with Riri Riri, you know we fully support you, my love. I think it's despicable that you refer to Riri as a long-nosed bitch. I think it's disgusting the way you speak down on men, on women, like as if you like men. And sir, y'all know I'm openly bisexual. If you're down low, this is the month to live in your truth. Because the way these YouTube streets are talking, Mr. Paxton, these YouTube and Instagram streets been saying that allegedly you and Meech got more, y'all got some homies over whole energy. Now, I don't know if that's true. Quite honestly, I don't care. But if you are, live in your truth. Because I don't understand the bashing of women, and I don't understand why you and everybody's DMs on Instagram, sir, when you got something going on with that lady who was calling herself your wife that kept showing up on screen every time you went live. Does she know that you've been in all of our DMs? I don't think she does. Or she might. She might. That might have been why you started tripping. I was just curious. I'm like, why was you even, you come in doing the same shit Jaguars people did. Y'all remember when I when I addressed Nick Mountain Goat and Murph, because I found out they were emailing and DMing a lot of my subscribers behind my back. It's weird. I ain't never reached out to nobody on y'all's channels. I don't go to your channels and troll your chats. I don't even watch your fucking lives. Because when I'm done with a motherfucker, I'm done for real. I don't go and troll your lives. I don't troll your chats. I don't troll your comments. But yet, I'm hearing that you've been in a lot of people's inbox from my channel, sir. So, you know when you got upset when I questioned you about what was your motives, when I specifically directly said to you, why did you come to my channel? Who sent you? And what were your intentions? Because you're a part of an industry that I've been researching and exposing. Remember how upset you got when I asked you that? I got some DMs from other people that said you did the same exact thing to them. That when they started questioning you about your involvement with your alleged big brother, Basal Binford, when they started questioning you about your involvement with Angie Stone, you gave them the same reaction. Anger, disrespect, discard, and devalue, which is what all narcissists do. They love bomb you, then they devalue and discard you. I'll be honest, as disappointed as I am in your behavior, I wasn't surprised. Just like I wasn't surprised when Jag did what she did. It hurt like a motherfucker, but I seen that shit. Literally, my ancestors showed me. They showed me a week before it happened, and they showed me 3 days before it happened that it was gonna happen, and I didn't want to believe it, and then it did. So I had to look at that. He came in the same exact way Jaguar did. Again, you came to my shit. I didn't come to your channel, just like I didn't go to hers. She came to my channel during a live where I was exposing Jay-Z and his Do As Thou Will clothing line, inspired by the founder of the Church of Satan, Aleister Crowley. October 20th, 2024. You came into my chat in March after I started my investigation about Angie Stone, which I'm still investigating that. And now, sir, you and your brother, you're a part of that investigation, just like Jaguar is, just like Gene Dill is. Everyone that was directly connected to Diddy in the freak-offs, I'm investigating all of you. And you know, Stone, I would think common sense would tell you to keep my name out of your mouth, because You're not a main subject on my channel. I did fully support you before I found out that you were duplicitous. I supported your hashtag Justice for Angie Stone movement. In fact, I sent several of my subscribers to your channel. Now, people can do what they want. I want to address this because Serene and Dee Dee were always very close on my channel in the chat. Before Serene emailed me when I accidentally said her name when I was actually referring to Sharon and the other mods on Stone Paxton's channel. What people don't know is that Serene kept sending me emails of other content creators that she knows I don't fuck with. Constant emails to their content and all the gossipy shit. And my thing is this, while I appreciate that people call themselves having my back, I always look at y'all sideways when you sit up and constantly support and watch people that you know, channels I don't fuck with, channels that you know don't fuck with me. It makes me look at y'all sideways, not the content creator. Because my first thought is, if you truly support me and my platform, number one, why are you bringing me drama? That's an energy vampire. Number two, why are you constantly watching their content? And then above all, why are you bringing it to me? I always look at those motives. She did that a lot. And to the point where I just honestly didn't even look at her emails anymore, because it just got to be like, what is your motive in doing this? Then it went into sending a whole bunch of pictures of herself, constantly sending me messages about how she felt Stone was so fine. I don't know if I really think she thought I was maybe going to hook her up with Stone. I don't know. It just got to a point where I have so much going on in my real life that when people hit me up with behavior that's similar to that of a troll, I'm automatically going to not give that energy. Because a true supporter isn't keeping up drama. There's a reason I'm addressing this, because this has happened so many times over the past few months. And I never gave my email out for y'all to be hitting me up with that bullshit. I'm gonna be honest. I was very clear when I said, only bring me other CC's content if they are saying something that can cause me to sue them, like something defamatory or slanderous, or doxing any personal information. Outside of that, I don't care who's gossiping. Because what you guys don't realize is that these people that are talking about me are watching me. If they're talking, they're watching, which means that they're actually giving me all their power. And I ain't gonna hold y'all. Most times I don't that's not my focus. I'm not on here like, oh, who's talking about me? I don't give a fuck. I got real shit going on in my real life. I'm not about to sit on YouTube and maniacally monitor other people's channels like Jaguar does. Definitely not normal behavior. I don't care. I expect people that don't like me to talk shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, when I go to the bathroom and I deal with my condition and I flush the toilet, that's how much their negativity means to me. It doesn't. So if it's not bothering me because I'm not giving it energy, I don't know why y'all are getting so caught up and going back and forth with these people, because you don't even see me doing that shit. You see me paying it dust, not giving it energy. You see me focused on other things. So if I'm not reacting to their bullshit, why are you? And why are you trying to get me riled up when you know I got very serious health conditions going on. I don't know if I have colon cancer or not. I know I've got tumors that have grown. That's not a good sign. I know I need surgery, and I know that no matter what my body is putting me through, that I am healed. But I got too much real life shit going on to be giving a fuck about people gossiping. That's what people in a low vibration do. That's what narcissists do when you call them on their shit. They get mad. Because they can't use or manipulate you. They realize that you're not as stupid as they look. So, I mean, everybody like, you need to go over here and watch. No, the fuck I don't. So-and-so's talking about you. Okay. And every time they talk about me, they invoke my ancestors to come after their ass. I protect myself daily. There's a reason I recite that prayer of protection, that any energy rising up against me shall fall immediately, because it's going to. Because my ancestors are already handling all of that shit. So why do I need to go look at what so-and-so? I don't give a fuck. Why would I go give a motherfucker who I don't like views? Especially when they're monetized. I'm not finna go help that any motherfucker that's talking shit about me. I'm not finna go watch your content to help you get paid. I don't care. And here's the other thing. Let me just say this. What is y'all channels gonna be without talking about me? What content do you have? This is for Stone. This is for Jaguar. Oh Musty. All the other real rejects of YouTube. What do you have to offer YouTube besides speaking on me? Because I have a slew of skill sets and talents. And that's what I'm focused on. Why the fuck ain't y'all focused on your skill set and talent? Oh, because most of y'all ain't got none. So, instead of lowering my frequency to theirs and going back and forth, I'm a roast. That's what I do best. I'm gonna roast the dog shit out of y'all, laugh my motherfucking ass off, and keep it pushing, and focus and stay focused on my healing and my abundance and the things I'm manifesting. I'm unlearning all of this shadow work. I don't care what my circumstances are. I will never speak broke or lack over my life. I don't care what challenges my body's putting me through, which is a part of this journey, this testimony. I'm already healed. Whatever I'm told, cancer or not, I'm already healed. So my focus is healing and abundance and manifestation. I don't have time for shit else. And if I make time for you, value that. Because I don't have to. That's just the truth. I don't. I got way too much going on in my own life to be wasting any of my time with people that ain't worthy of it. So why would I do that? I'm just not gonna do it. Miss Williams said, it's so sad the foolery is still going on. Any man who bashes women is pathetic. Yeah, it's giving Men on Film's energy. Hated it. That's what it's giving. Men that sit up and bash women, 98% of the time, they end up finding out that they are indeed down low. Because men that like women don't bash them. Men that like women are actually pursuing women. But men who be on that homies overhose energy, that behind the scenes, niggas bumping chests in the VIP energy, them be the ones that's always bashing women. And then how do you bash a woman and then call the woman you're bashing dramatic, but you are acting like a bitch yourself? That's what I don't understand. These men that carry this very feminine energy, very feminine, but yet think that because you surround yourself with women that people won't suspect that you may be down low, when the energy is there. And energy doesn't lie, people do. And a lot of people aren't ready to live in their truth, and a lot of people aren't even ready to face the truth. Y'all do know there are men that fuck other men that tell themselves that they are not gay. I know this not only from being in the community, but from people I've literally worked with and met that would tell me that every now and again they would go get with a male prostitute because, you know, the male clit is in the anus, but they would tell themselves that they're not gay because they go home to their wife and kids. Or the gay friends that I would talk to that would always tell me about all the married men that come to them that swear up and down that they're not gay, but yet you go to another man for sexual pleasure. It really, look, it's Pride Month. It is okay to live in your truth. But it's not okay to bash women. It's not okay to align yourselves with other men like Official King Primate who wear paper gold Burger King crowns but want to call themselves kings. Last time I checked, kings protected queens. They didn't act like them. They didn't act like queens with dick and balls. They protected them. They didn't. I've never heard of a royal, you know, king bashing a queen. They honor them. Never heard of a royal prince bashing a queen or a princess. They honor and protect them. So before you call yourself a king, make sure that you actually possess the qualities of such. Otherwise, you're just being delusional to yourself. Miss Williams and Jag, oh my God, she needs to come off YouTube. Oh, she'll be off YouTube here shortly. Just D, don't let those idiots. I'm just addressing shit because I'm just quite honestly tired of hearing shit. You know, it's people following folks believe in lies. And my thing is this: if you want to believe a lie, one thing I remember when I was in heaven and they showed me the double doors that said Gog versus Magog, and it had all the religious symbols and all the people that were following the leader, following men, false prophets, fake pastors, fake preachers, fake, you know, Holly weird people. They followed those people through the double doors straight to hell. And the narrow door with the rugged cross that said Yeshua, the true Christ, only the chosen were able to see it. I'll never forget that. That's why I'm writing my movie right now. That's why I'm doing these avatars in animation, because it's going to be animated. They showed me all these people following the false system, the beast. And few there be that find it. Broad is the way that leads to destruction, but narrow is the way that leads unto life, and few there be that find it. That's a scripture. I was shown that. And I was shown a very narrow door with the rugged cross. Again, and above it said Yeshua, also known as the false Christ, Jesus, because they whitewashed Yeshua and renamed and gave a false name, Jesus. That's why it's important that I get my movie launched before the end of 2025, because today's events are actually exactly what I was shown in heaven. This whole thing with Iran and President grabbing by the pussy and Putin and China and the European Union, y'all need to stop with the distractions and wake the fuck up. We are in spiritual warfare. Fuck this distractionary bullshit on YouTube. No, I will not engage with y'all low vibrational motherfuckers and going back and forth. You will not distract me from my divine purpose. I was sent back to earth for a reason, because I fucking hate this planet after going to heaven. I don't ever want to come back here. I will never reincarnate again. But I did sign a spiritual contract in heaven to come back here and tell people about the fuckery and the bullshit that they are doing to distract you. And it's not about living in fear, just like Ezekiel 38:7 says, be prepared, be thou prepared. Get prepared. Get prepared to live off the land. Get prepared for mandatory injections for the mark of the beast. Get prepared for a new world order. Get prepared for a one world currency. Get prepared for the fall of a dollar bill. Get prepared for the chosen rising up and overcoming the wicked. Get prepared for that pyramid to flip upside down. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. That's not just money. That's inheritance. The chosen, the true chosen of the true bloodline of Christ, Yeshua. That's how you know you're chosen, when you resonate with that frequency, walk in it and become it. You can't fake being a minister, Jaguar, right? Especially when you have made a blood oath to Baphomet. Spirituality is who the fuck I am at my core. You keep trying to mock and mimic me, baby. You cannot fake authenticity. What I'm speaking about, I've been talking about since I was 11 years old. The true chosen are the only ones who saw the narrow door. Literally, this angel showed me all of this shit in heaven. It was a holographic image. And we're watching, and I'm like, why won't they go through the narrow door? They say that they're Christians, but they're following man. They said, and that's the fallacy of humankind. Religion. Every religion has been started by a Freemason. Every single one of them. Freemasons pledged to Lucifer and Satan during initiation. They call it a fraternity, but religion is following another person's interpretation of who God is. Spirituality is having your own direct knowledge and connection to source. That's why so many people are attracted to my energy. Because wherever I go, God is there. So are my ancestors and angels. When I walked into that room Saturday, I always get surprised when I see people's reactions when I walk in a room. Plus, I'm tall. I'm 5'9" without heels, and I wore heels because it was for modeling. And I'm shapely because I do yoga. But regardless, I never realized how powerful my presence is until I see it on other people's faces, and as an empath, clairvoyant, psychic, feel their energy and then hear their thoughts. I'm a different kind of person. I'm a starseed sent back to this planet to fulfill a purpose. And that's the only reason I'm here. So in the grand scheme of things, what other people think really doesn't matter. What I know, what they showed me, has all been manifesting. And Ezekiel 38 says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and Magog. And I showed you guys that on the map, that Gog is the encompassing geographical regions. Magog is Russia. Iran and Israel have been at war for centuries. And I am not here to tell anyone what to do. This has absolutely zero to do with politics. It has everything to do with biblical prophecy. Iran is a part of Magog and Gog. And it is prophecy that if the U.S. aligns with Israel, Iran will attack us. But the U.S. is a major part of the whore in Babylon that Revelation speaks about, because of all the satanic rituals that go on here. Why do you think the Most High God is exposing it? You will not make a mockery of God just because this planet belongs to the fallen. That's why the chosen were sent here. So you cannot come against us and win. I don't care what deity Baphomet, Moloch, Molech, Shiva, whoever the fuck you want to worship, is not bigger than the Most High God's frequency source. And I had to remember that despite this part of the journey, as long as I'm doing what the Most High God has instructed me to do, I will always be safe, protected, and at peace. And it is what I think and speak into existence that manifests, not what other people do. I'm fully aware of the spell work and spiritual work that is and has been being done against me and the other chosen. And every time you guys do that, I see the ancestors fucking you up in the spiritual realm. It's like you're bringing about your own demise, thinking that you can come against us. We are the new manifestation of the Most High God. Therefore, we are the gods. If you carry the Most High God frequency, you do realize you are the walking manifestation of God on this planet. Yeshua is not an external deity we worship. It's a frequency you walk in as a descendant of the bloodline. And that is what they feel. And they either resonate with it or their demons cause them to hate it. What you also have to understand is that anybody in a low vibration who's on demon time is already condemned because they already don't have dominion over their own demons. Therefore, their demons have dominion over them. So they're not a threat. But the true chosen, we are a threat to them when we tap in. So like Ezekiel 38:7 said, be thou prepared. It's not about fear. We don't live on that frequency, especially when you're chosen. This human path can be difficult. Job did not like a lot of the fuckery he had to go through. When folks be like, well, you know Job. Yeah, let me be very clear. If you ever read any of the Apocryphas or the missing books, Job was not with the shits, okay? But Job endured until the end. He persevered and received everything he lost was replaced 100,000 times. That is the part of the journey where I am at. I perceived my job loss as a horrible thing when in fact it was the 999 angelic number, the ending that needed to happen in order for me to tap into my spiritual purpose. Every place I've been, every place I've stayed, whether it's been with an alleged friend who I found out wasn't a real friend, whether it's been an Airbnb, a hotel, someone's house, wherever I've been, I have always talked about God. Even to those who shitted on me, even to those who made fun of, judged, took advantage of, hated, betrayed. I have always come with the frequency of healing, love, and support. And I have told people over and over again, I'm loyal until you're not. And once you show me that you are not loyal, I either completely cut you off or I will address you and do the very same. So I don't understand how people who betrayed me are expecting me to be loyal to them for what? You ruin that. Scorpios can be your best friend or your worst enemy. You definitely never want us as an enemy. Because an unhealed Scorpio would be lashing out and seeking revenge. What I do is I put people in the hands of my ancestors and leave them there. And whatever judgment the ancestors give you, according to your works and your intentions towards me, that's between them and you. So if your karma is great, you might want to look at the intention you had when you were connected to me. If you are not having rest and you're being spiritually attacked, you might want to look at your own intention. You might need to humble yourself to repentance. Because it's not me you ever rose up against. It's the Most High God frequency I carry that you rose up against. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places, Ephesians 6 and 12. It's not me you fight against. It's the Most High God you fight against. You will never win. Chelsea, good to see you. So be thou prepared. When we do part 2 of the watch party, I'm gonna, matter of fact, just on my next live, I'm going to revisit the Gog and Magog. It is prophecy for Iran and Israel to have a final battle. It's prophecy that the true chosen inherit the earth, the new earth. There's no such thing as a rapture. The left behind they talk about is ascension, spiritually, frequency. If you ascend in consciousness, or if you're left in a lower realm. Really start researching the true bloodline of Yeshua. Start with the word Yeshua. For those that want to call themselves Christians, if you are following the pagan Roman Emperor Constantine's version of Christ and Christianity, you are indeed following Freemasonry. King James was a Mason in a Scottish Rite temple. The King James Bible is a Masonic Bible used during Masonic rites and rituals. And inauguration. The very first president of the United States used that very Bible during his inauguration and swearing under oath. So I just think, before you keep following man, which is the true fallacy of humankind, tap in. I tell you guys all the time, God is within you, not an external being. I worship the Most High God frequency that is within me. I don't need another person to reach source. I'm directly connected to source. And the things I've seen and witnessed in heaven would be humanly, y'all would not believe. Did you know that some of the fallen angels look exactly like the Transformers? I know that would be hard for some people to believe, but when I was in heaven, I literally saw deities that looked identical to Autobots and Decepticons. And they're created by the powers, which is a level in hell, in actuality. It's a level of the fallen angels. That's why in Ephesians 6 it says that, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. Those are levels in hell. And hell is above earth also. It's on the other side of heaven. So I mean, it's just so many things that I was shown that I need to now animate to show all of you. But what I know is that no matter how difficult this journey gets, I am abundant. I speak abundance, I live in abundance. I am abundant. In the face of challenges, I am abundant, I am healed. And I'm here to fulfill a spiritual purpose, and I'm going to do just that. Distractions, I'm not giving my energy to. For what? You do know that there are people assigned to distract you from fulfilling your spiritual purpose, to, try to get you to focus on them and their bullshit instead of what God has for you. There's so much power in silence. and not giving energy nor a reaction to people that want to siphon your energy, because they know the purpose you have, and they know the power you possess, and they know how powerless they are. Again, you really got to be a super powerful person for to have groups of people, just random groups of people working together to come against you, especially when a lot of those people are people you supported, helped, prayed for, and did all of that. And what you have to realize is that those people are being consumed by their own demons because of their lack of accountability and repentance. Pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. A lot of people are going through that right now. And a lot of these so-called elite are being exposed by the Most High God. We're just messengers. It's God doing it. Just because you guys were kicked out of heaven to this planet does not mean that the Most High God does not hold you accountable for your destructive ways, assaulting infants and children in a sacrifice to an earthly deity goes against every purpose in your creation. So anybody who's been involved in that, covered for it, witnessed it, participated, you're all being held accountable by the Most High God. You will not escape. I don't care how far you run. In Rayford, I told you and Brandy last year on my channel, y'all were getting arrested this year. Jay-Z and Beyonce are next, so is Drake. So is Academics. So is LeBron. So is Ashton and Mila. A lot of Oprah, Ellen. A lot of y'all are going to jail. A lot of y'all. And Rayford, for all the snitching you thought you was doing on Suge, all you did was make it so easy for them to build that case against you, sir. We about to see a lot of people fall. That's why you shouldn't worship people like they're deities. Chelsea, you know what, D, what you're saying about Yeshua is true. Certain things that I used to know and certain distractions I don't have the energy to respond to anymore. Absolutely. I don't even give it energy. For what? We're in a whole spiritual war and people want to be doing bullshit content on YouTube because they don't have any other skill set. Hell, even if you ain't got no skills, you could at least be researching the Bible about what's going on today. And not that King James one, the real Bible. The true chosen know what's up. We're all being brought together. We're all being aligned for a purpose and a reason. Stay focused on that. Distractions don't deserve energy, and they don't even deserve a response. But my response is going to be a good old roast on Rumble. So with that being said, let me drop that back in the chat. For those who have not, do not forget to go click follow on Rumble. Just drop the link in the chat. That is where the lives will be. That is where we're going to be doing part 2 of the watch party of Pizzagate. Thank you to everybody that's been signing the petition. Family, don't forget to sign and share my global cyberbullying, gang stalking. Stop YouTube from doing that bullshit. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in. Share, comment. And for those who would like to support the channel and my medical journey, you can drop a donation to my Cash App or Venmo. So I appreciate everybody's support. Thank you for tuning in. Like I said, yesterday was just very difficult for me, really missing my father and my Uncle James that raised me in my father's absence. So shout out to my ancestors who I miss dearly. And shout out to all the real fathers, you know. But I feel like the best way to honor my dad is to continue to stay focused on my music and to let that continue to be my healing. Music Like I said, even when I'm in the bathroom having my episodes, I could be passing blood clots. I'll just start listening to music. I'll start singing, or I'll make a melody, like I said, with a piano app, or I start editing. One thing about me is I don't care how physically bad I feel. As long as my eyes and hands work, I'm creating. That's what pulls me up out of any low frequency. And instead of focusing on my circumstances and, oh, how this was hard, thank God for every blessing. Thank God for everyone who sends prayers. Thank God for everyone that puts positive comments and positive things in the chat. Thank God for those who have previously donated and for those that continue to. Thank God for Dion always being there for me, checking on me, like a real soul sister. Appreciate it. Appreciate Cody. Family, don't forget to send a congratulations to our good brother. Cody just graduated, y'all. That's a major thing, especially with him recently losing his father. Graduating and getting his degree is major, and I'm super proud of you, family. Like, I look at stuff like that. Let's build a platform of those who overcome and persevere obstacles and still are able to make a positive impact on the world. Let's stay focused on praying for the children who are currently still being trafficked and who are being sexually abused. Let's pray for their healing. Let's pray for the adults that endured being trafficked and sexually abused as infants and toddlers. Let's pray for their healing. And I'm still speaking into existence Forever Freedom by D, my new facilities nonprofit organization, where we will have facilities that are set up to help people heal spiritually and emotionally, whether they're children or adults, rescue and try to find and rescue the children who are allegedly being trafficked underground. Like, it's crazy to me how many people on that documentary were speaking about how common pedophilia and trafficking is, and how there are literally dark witches that give birth to children just to sacrifice them. Like, it's time. The Most High God is like, enough. This might be their planet, but you're not going to keep taking creation and corrupting it to sacrifice to a deity that is not the Most High God. That, if anything is a sin, it's that. Because I asked the angels, what is sin in heaven? They said sin is a man-made concept. Sin has nothing to do with heaven. But human beings were never created to rule over one another, to kill one another, and rape is a demon. These are things that are not supposed to go on just because this is the home of the fallen. Because we, those who truly believe, are the ones that bring God into this realm. So we're the ones that have to put a stop to all of it. And that's what we're going to do. Thank y'all. Yes, congratulations to our good brother Cody. Miss Williams, that's what's up. Keep going, love, because we're going to celebrate you too. Let me know when your graduation comes up. So yeah, right, sin and fear, those are all low frequency energies. And when I was in heaven, there's no time. There's no such thing as a space-time continuum. There's no fear. There's none of that. None of that dwells there. It's just endless bliss and abundance. That's all you feel. And since there is no time, there's no beginning, there's no ending, there's no day, there's no night. You just exist eternally in nothing but bliss and love and abundance. And that's why I'm going to fulfill my earthly purpose. But whenever my time on this planet is up, do not resuscitate. Do not bring my ass back. Let me go. Because once I have fulfilled my destiny here, I told them I'm not coming back to this planet. This is my last go around on Earth. Because I want to actually be in the other realms where none of this shit exists. And I can just enjoy eternity. But for now, I got some time left on this planet. And I have missions to complete and things that I have to do. So that is where my focus is. Not the distractions on an app full of damn strangers that I don't even fucking know. Stupid shit. So you're welcome, my love. Like I said, let me know when your graduation's coming up. We're gonna support. That's what we do here on Just D Show. We are a family. Congratulations to anyone that's getting their education right now. Again, shout out to Cody, our good brother, on his recent graduation. Shout out to those who have come out during Pride Month. Again, happy Pride Month. We celebrate love is love. And as y'all know, I'm openly bisexual. So again, for these real rejects of YouTube, especially these real geriatric rejects of YouTube, all you old motherfuckers that are talking about me, I want you to ask yourself something. Why is my attention so important to you? Why am I always a subject of conversation for you? Because something that I say on my channel resonates with you. People don't obsessively watch people they don't like. They obsessively watch people who they are receiving something from. Straight up. So family, don't get in your feelings when they're gossiping. Don't even give it energy. Again, now, if they're saying something slanderous, defamatory, or doxing, definitely let me know. Outside of that, who gives a fuck? Let low vibrational motherfuckers do what low vibrational motherfuckers do, and you stay focused on your goals. You stay focused on keeping your frequency high. Silence is very powerful. No response and no reaction is very powerful. So keep it there. And yes, thank you, Chelsea. Definitely happy Pride Month. Like I said, hell, if you niggas are low vibrational alleged download, just come on out that closet, because hell, we know you in it anyhow. There's so many of y'all that are homophobic because deep down inside you like the same sex, but you're not ready to admit that shit. It took me years to embrace that I was bi. I dated women for 4 years. So that it's never about bashing you. It's just, yo, if that's who you are, living your truth. You know, like I said, heterosexual men don't bash women. But men who secretly want to compete with women, who have a little bit of bitch in their system, they do. So, you know, expect low vibrational behavior from low vibrational people and rise above it. I would rather focus on achieving my goals, manifesting multiple streams of new stability and income, manifesting my new permanent home, manifesting getting my biopsies done, having the resources to pay for all of that, manifesting the removal of the hemorrhoids and the tumors and the polyps and the fibroids from the miscarriages, getting my body ready to house my children. Because I keep seeing myself with my babies and with my future divine masculine. I keep seeing us as a family. So it's my job to focus on eliminating generational curses, and this, what I'm going through with my bowel stuff, is definitely a generational curse, because it's something that my grandmother and both my uncles went through, and they all had to have surgery. So I'm speaking everything into existence that I want to manifest. My healing, abundance, prosperity, living my best life. When you're focused on shit like that, you don't have time to be distracted by non-motherfucking factors who are perfect strangers. I want y'all to also stop taking what these people say so serious. They're strangers. They don't know you. They for damn sure don't know me. So why do you stop looking for validation? And it's really sad, the people that are. Like I said, I noticed that with Serene, even with Dee Dee, with Cece and Lisa. I witnessed all 4 of these women go and look for validation on a platform where you all witnessed people disrespect me constantly. That's just like y'all going back and supporting Jaguar after witnessing the online cyberbullying and gang stalking of February 9th. And it was amazing to me that it was subscribers that pointed out. They said, did you know that the same day Dee Dee was in your chat on Rumble saying she didn't support Stone and that she had unsubscribed, she was in his chat telling him that she loved him? And I went to verify that, and it was true. The same exact day, the same exact night. She was in his chat saying, "I love you, Stone," under his membership, but had just said in my chat that she unsubscribed and canceled her membership. So, you know, it's stuff like that that people want to get an attitude about, but it's you being fake. I don't do that. None of us do that. I'm not going and supporting platforms where I know people don't fuck with me. I'm not going to engage with them at all. So it made me look at all of y'all that did that sideways, and it made me look at you for who you are, a fake supporter. So how are you mad because I called you on you being fake when it was your behavior? It was the same shit with Ralph RC 117. When he got an attitude when I questioned his loyalty, but I turned out to be right because my gifts are on point. So if people want to be in their feelings because I call people for being fake, then be in your fucking feelings and unsubscribe. As soon as you unsubscribe, 100 more people are going to come and replace you anyhow. And I would much rather fake people not be on my channel, because my thing is this: we all grown. Do what the fuck you want. If I would have respected you more, Didi, if you would have said, "Yo, I support you and Stone," not you in my chat talking shit about Stone, about how the way he allowed his mods and all them people to disrespect me was fucked up. But then you write over in his chat telling him that you love him. You don't even know this motherfucker. Now, I support people, but you don't see me and like, "Oh my God, I love you." The fuck? I don't know that. I don't know him. The fuck you mean you love something? You don't even know. And all you thirsty bitches, he do got a female, even though he don't publicly claim her. He does have a female. And I'm quite sure she don't even know, or unless she one of them insecure bitches that goes through his shit, I'm sure she doesn't know all the women's DMs he's been in. Because it's definitely more than me and Riri. So all of y'all over there supporting a motherfucker who is clearly fake and clout chasing, who kept bashing content creators for speaking about subjects while doing the very same thing and claiming I'm not a content creator, but you've clout chased off of Angie Stone's death. You've clout chased now off of me. You've clout chased off of Jaguar. I was all for you and Meech roasting her, and I think y'all need to continue doing that because the shit was hilarious. But the clout chasing, talking to ops, talking to content creators that you know I don't fuck with, I'm speaking directly to you, Stone Paxson. You fake as fuck, my nigga. And you too old for this shit. I'm gonna need you to go get your AARP card and go get your little buggy. You know, go get on your granddad shit. I'm gonna start calling you Senor Grandpa. Senor Abuelito. That means little grandpa in Spanish. Cause you a geriatric. You too old for this shit. You damn near 60, I believe. And while you lying on Riri, she sent me the screenshots. You definitely called her a long-nosed bitch. Because she was defending me towards the trolls that you kept allowing to disrespect me. And I you know, dealt with it. I took it. And then finally I was like, why are you in my DMs telling me how much you support me, but you letting all these motherfuckers disrespect me and you ain't doing shit about it? When no one on my channel ever disrespected you, ever. Because I would, if I support somebody, I'm not finna allow people to disrespect you. I'm not fake like that. So if Riri was reaching out to you to defend me, thank you, Riri. And apparently, see, because I haven't watched her live, but from what she told me, she said apparently you were making negative comments about me and her and saying that she influences me. I don't talk to Riri like that. We've never even talked on the phone. So it's just starting to give Jaguar paranoia. It's starting to give delusional. Because now here you are doing verbatim exactly what Jaguar did. And you had the audacity to DM me a screenshot of a Jaguar rights supporter saying to be careful of me. No, my nigga, everybody kept telling me to be careful of you, including the people that you work with, sir. Because I've been being told by other content creators that your ass is fake. And that you're allegedly some sort of agent ass op trying to get information about who knows what about certain things in the industry. That would explain why the fuck you flipped out when I asked you them questions on Instagram. Don't none of my subscribers influence any decision that I speak on. Everything I speak on because I'm a real one. And I don't appreciate you calling Riri a long-nosed bitch, especially when you act like a female. Very feminine energy, sir. Definitely giving homies over hoes. So instead of this back and forth that you want, I'm just gonna roast you and Jaguar this week. Collectively. Because you, again, ain't no way you don't fuck with Jaguar, but you did verbatim the same exact thing she did the same exact way. And your channel wasn't getting no movement before you started speaking on Jaguar Wright. Let's be honest, it wasn't even getting movement when you were speaking on Angie Stone the way it's got movement since you decided to jump into the Jaguar Wright sector of YouTube. And I heard that a lot of them people that you've been talking shit about have already turned their backs on you. I tried to warn you. Not just me, so did some of my subscribers. We tried to warn your ass. I said, nah, let's let this motherfucker fuck around and find out. Look like you've been fucking around and finding out that a lot of these people who you thought was loyal is two-faced as fuck. Because birds of a feather flock together. There's always a reason when when the Most High and my ancestors allow me to see people's true colors, there's always a reason for that alignment frequency to fall out of vibration. And sir, I've been contacted and told a lot of things about you that you think I don't know. And your involvement in this Angie Stone situation is not what people think. So I'm going to let things play out. I'm not going to warn you. I'm going to let you fuck around and find out that some of these people you have even made mods have been betraying you this whole time. You are about to regret every negative thing you said, sir. And I'm going to do what all Scorpios do. I'm going to sit back and watch you hang yourself. I'm done warning people because motherfuckers don't want to listen anyhow. So I'm going to just sit back and watch. And that's when I feel like watching. I'm mostly focused on myself. But yeah, a lot of y'all that's playing advocates and claiming to be there to help situations have been accused of being deeply involved in said situations. And the reason you're playing that position is because you think it's going to distract people. But those who are wise and those who have the same gifts that I have, you not finna hide shit from us, bruh. How the fuck you gonna hide some shit from a seer? How are you gonna hide shit from somebody who's telepathic? Who's an empath, who feels feelings, and clairvoyant, that hears and sees thoughts? Who's telepathic, that hears conversations and taps into your psyche and hears your thoughts and sees them? Y'all really thought y'all was gonna... Really? You thought fat meat wasn't greasy? Well, you about to fuck around and find out just how greasy that shit is. And everything that's about to happen is happening at your own hands. It's you that's doing it to yourself, just like with Jaguar. Karma is a bitch with both of y'all's names on it. Neither of you are advocates. You're both exactly the same. You both were sent to my channel. I'm not stupid. Just because I'm silent, I'm far from that. Y'all are about to see how protected I am and how protected you're not. But yeah, you are now Mr. Senor Abuelito, Senor Grandpa. I'm going to need you to go get your AARP membership, go on and get your walker and your cane. I believe you should be able to qualify for Medicare and Medicaid. Also, the clout chasing off of Vasal is hilarious because he don't even claim you publicly. Now, all of this shit is going in my roast. I swear to God, it's going to be hilarious. Because, yeah. I noticed it's all these geriatrics. It's him. The other one, what's his fucking name? Quiet Storm. Auntie Corella DeVille, Mickey. All of y'all geriatrics, bruh. Y'all ain't got shit else better to do. You could, you can go do the bingo and go on and get your jello put in and go on and get your room set up at the retirement center and all of that shit. You're too old to be doing this. And for someone who claims to be a Buddhist, none of your behavior is reflecting Buddhism whatsoever. Like, at all. I think maybe you denounce your spirituality because when you first was doing the Buddhist prayer and the monk videos, I was into that because of the high vibration. I don't think I've heard you speak on Buddhism or been about that life since March. It's all about being a messy ass queen, like the men on films hated it. That's what it's given. Also, this was pointed out to me. They said, why does he need Meech's validation all of a sudden? Why aren't his lives by himself? I said, that's something you got to ask him. I don't know. But I thought about that when I first started following you. It was because of your alleged love for Angie Stone. But if you love Angie Stone, why did you get into it with Diamond? See, I'm finding out all this shit because I ain't been watching your channel. You got into it with Diamond over what? Her daddy? Then I heard you and Meech blasted her father. Again, y'all are acting like the men on films from In Living Color. It's just giving agent energy. Let me just keep it a stat. Y'all act like agents. Horrible agents, by the way. Like, very obvious op-ass energy. And the two-faced shit. 1 minute you don't fuck with this content creator. The next minute y'all cool. You drug Jaguar for filth, and then you did interviews with KBLA, who Musty works for, after dragging him for filth. See, I couldn't fuck with people like that. I can't fuck people that are fake like that. How do you drag him and her for filth and then go do interviews at the radio station he works for? Come on, bruh. All of y'all are has-beens. And really, y'all are never-beens. Because, look, let me be real, bruh. As much as I love music, I ain't never heard of y'all. Let me just keep it a stack. I ain't never heard of you, Stone Paxton, and I for damn sure ain't never heard of Meech until you told me about him. Oh, and this was brought to my attention too by a subscriber. They said they keep clout chasing off of Meech's son playing Pac when Pac's mom didn't even want that movie to be produced. Make that make sense. His mama didn't even want that movie produced. And motherfuckers produced it anyway. So if y'all were close to Pac, it's giving Courtney, Uncle Ruku, don't trust them new niggas looking ass energy. It's giving that Courtney Burgess shit. He did the same damn thing talking about Pac's stepdad. I produce music with Tupac. Come to find out, no, nigga, you allegedly produce music for a friend of Pac's. Why does everybody keep clout chasing off of Pac? When we ain't never heard Pac talk about none of y'all. I would think that somebody who was close to Tupac or allegedly produced music for Tupac would not have participated in producing a movie that his own mother didn't want put out, just like with the Kim Porter shit. Courtney Burgess and fucking what was that white dude's name? fuck, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of his name. But Courtney Burgess and, oh, damn. He was on the Sean Atwood channel, too. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of his name. But they put out them fake-ass memoirs and tried to sell that shit. And it took Quincy, Kim's son, to put out a cease and desist to get y'all to stop producing these fake-ass memoirs where they were allegedly exposing Kim's alleged relationship with Tupac, but yet you claim to be close to Pac's family, Courtney. Fuck out of here. Ain't none of y'all close with Pac's family and you disrespect the legacy of Pac. Ain't none of you close with his family and you produce a movie that his mama, her fucking last wishes was for you not to produce the shit, and then you want to brag about how your son was in the movie and y'all want to brag about how you was close to Pac. Why is everybody... It's like, where the fuck was y'all when Pac was alive? Can you produce some receipts on that? Can you produce... I'm serious. All of y'all claiming Courtney, Bruku, Burgess, and Uncle Ben's rice looking ass and Stone and Meech. Can y'all produce receipts where you actually worked with Pac when he was alive? Because if you worked with Pac when he was alive and his mama didn't want that movie produced, why the fuck was your son in it? That would be like Elissa's mom. Like me making a documentary about Elissa and her mom telling me, baby, I don't want that put out there. And then after her mama died, I put the movie out there and then clout chase off of it. That's exactly what that shit would be like. That's some bullshit, bruh. Straight up. Miss Williams said, continue to love, pray, believe, and being the beautiful person you are. You truly blessed and you have a lifetime of... I received that. Thank you, my love. I'm just now seeing y'all's comments. Miss Williams, wow, not Dee Dee. I thought she unsubscribed. Child, that's what she said. She told all of us that shit on Rumble, that she unsubscribed, and she was same fucking night. And she's still over there, from what I'm being told. It's like, man, all of y'all fake motherfuckers, please get off my channel. Go wherever the fuck you want to go. I don't care. Just don't bring your ass over here fake love bombing me, because I'm going to call you out. And then I'm going to dismiss you from my channel with that fake shit. I don't do fake. And I don't fuck with fake at all. At all. His new name in my book is Stonetta. Not Stonetta. You stupid. That old story about a strange woman calling him and he spoke to her dad never sat right with me. See, I ain't even watched that live, so I don't even know about that. I just know I seen it where they got into it. And like I said, he was trying so hard to get me and other content creators to focus on Shayna. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I said, I feel like all the motherfuckers is on this shit together. I don't feel like any of them are innocent. I feel like Shayna, Diamond, Stone, I feel all of y'all is on this shit together. Ain't none of y'all innocent. And everybody trying to throw each other under the bus before shit gets exposed. And shit's gonna get exposed regardless. Chelsea said they produced a movie after Pac's mom died, allegedly. Exactly. Yep. I didn't see it either because I didn't like the trailer. As an editor, if the trailer doesn't capture me, the movie definitely won't. And it just didn't, it felt like some forced energy, even on the trailer. And I just was like, it just never felt right to me. That's why I never did watch it. I was like, man, this looked like some bullshit. So it's, like I said, it's crazy to me to hear that that's the shit they clout chasing off of, when again, if you was close with his mama, you would have never been a part of that production, and you for damn sure wouldn't be bragging about how, well, you know, meet your son. Yeah, okay, cool. And from what I heard, the movie sucked, and from the little parts I seen, it sucked. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it was garbage. So it's just like, what else can you, how else are you relevant besides talking about how Meet Your Son was in that movie? Working with Rick James made you relevant when Rick James was relevant. Today, Rick James is honored as a legend But Rick James is not an artist that is currently trending. Let's be honest. So it's just like the relevancy came from working with Rick James, calling Vassal your brother, which I'm not going to hold y'all. I never even heard of Vassal Benford before Stone came to my channel. Again, these are people I ain't heard of. So it's not to take away from his influence. He clearly has influence, but a lot of people who are on that pyramid have influence in the industry for allegedly participating in nefarious things such as satanic rituals and abductions. And a lot of people think that they're covering for each other. One thing I know is that when I researched Vassal Benford, I didn't see any reference from Vassal claiming Stone as a brother. I didn't even see one post on Vassal Benford's Instagram with Stone Paxton. Nothing on the YouTube. So, it just is like, again, why are all these random people from the industry coming to my channel? And the fact that he could not answer that and went straight into gaslighting, being disrespectful, and then calling himself blocking me, like, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, sir, it was pretty much you hitting me up in the DMs a lot. And not one time did you ever say that you were not single, but you definitely came across in a way that showed some sort of interest that I definitely didn't have. That's why when people were saying that shit in the chat about chemistry, y'all was probably feeling some shit coming from him towards me, but I don't like old motherfuckers at all. If that was the case, I would have had a sugar daddy by now. I don't fuck with old dudes. Celibate, yes. But when I decide to break my celibacy, it's going to be somebody with some stamina and energy. Not an old motherfucker that probably got to take a blue pill just to keep it up. So, there's lots of factors that go into why, when direct questions were asked, why did you come to my channel? Who sent you? And what's your intentions and motives? You know why I asked you those questions, Stone? Because quite a few of my subscribers asked me that about you. And I kept defending you until you showed your ass the same way that Jaguar did. So again, were you and Jaguar really beefing, or was this whole shit just so you could gain subscribers and super chats and super stickers and memberships? Because that's what it's given. And the fact that you made people pay for a membership to show them Angie Stone's autopsy when you cried about her passing, her alleged passing, is despicable. Because I wasn't even as close to her as you were, and I didn't make people pay to show them her autopsy, but I did pay for the autopsy report. You did verbatim exactly what paperwork did. I noticed that too. You talk shit about all these content creators, and then you go after you talk shit and befriend them. All of you fake motherfuckers deserve each other. I will not be engaged on any of your platforms because you're all fake. And while people want to talk about scams, well, I'm not charging people for autopsy reports. I don't even have super chats or super stickers or memberships enabled on my channel, and definitely qualify for it. So, it's just amazing to me how people project who they actually are and show their true colors. If it was about Angie Stone, there wouldn't be any sort of monetary incentive to you sharing information about what allegedly happened to her, because until I received the police report, the van accident is staged. As far as I'm concerned, that's my opinion, which I'm entitled to. I don't believe Angie Stone died in that van accident at all. I believe all that shit was staged, including the 3 funerals. I even believe that the paperwork shit was staged with him going, and I ain't gonna hold y'all, after all these people who have lied and been deceptive, I wouldn't be surprised if all these motherfuckers knew each other and planned this whole shit. If paperwork could have been sent, he clearly had to have been sent to go to the damn funeral with the smart glasses to record her, if that really even was Angie Stone in that casket, to go record her and then put it out there viral. When what person who's sane records a dead body and then puts it out there for a viral moment? Normal people don't fucking do that shit, nor do content creators spend thousands of dollars to troll. Talking about he spent $8,200 investigating the Angie Stone. Boy, stop. And you also admitted that you called the hotel to complain to get a refund for the room. You know, just stupid shit. Stupid shit. If you cared about what happened to Angie Stone, none of that would have been involved. That's the difference between me and y'all. Straight up. Miss Lima said, I seen it years ago, but I honestly don't remember it. I remember the Biggie movie. I remember the Biggie one too. I never heard of Stonetta either until Angie Stone passed away. Exactly. None of us did. Ain't never heard of him. Miss Williams, it's so sad how our own people treat each other, then expect to be treated respectfully. YouTube has enough room for everyone. There's no need for the jealousy or hate. Exactly. So the fact that he not only allowed that on his platform, but then turned around and did the same shit, let me know what the motive was since March. It was never you coming in to support me investigating Angie Stone, because anybody with common sense that's looked at my content knows how long I've been speaking on Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Clive Davis, who Vassal has been put on for, who Stone made it a point in the DMs to tell me not to associate any titles on my channel with Clive where it's referring to me exposing Clive Davis. There's a reason for that. So since you want to lie, sir, I think I might need to edit a video showing those receipts, including when you said that you knew Jaguar Wright from the Diddy parties. I bet you that the subscribers don't know that. Soul sounds good to see you, my love. I think if they knew that, I don't think they'd be supporting. Because you told everybody else you didn't know her, and you didn't know why her and paperwork were trashing you. And you kept DMing me, sending me all of Paperwork's links to his lives to go and watch and record. You sent me the information about Quiet Storm. You sent me the information his daughter sent you and that this other guy emailed you. You kept sending me information to post and to speak on because you were too much of a bitch to do it yourself. And you also didn't want people to know that you sent me the information. Again, it's a whole lot of you thinking you was finna set me up, and instead the shit backfired in your face. It's real crazy. Miss Williams, Quiet Storm can't count that high and wouldn't know what that amount of money looks like. I hope Angie's family sue him for the disrespect. Right. As far as I'm concerned, the jury's out on Diamond. I told y'all that from jump, that I didn't feel any sort of grief or remorse when we reviewed the homegoing services. She kept making sobbing noises, but not one tear fell out of her eyes, and that's your mother. Even if your relationship's not great with your mother, you're gonna naturally be devastated when she passes away. It just, a lot of that felt very performative and very terrible crisis acting. That's one thing I will agree with Stone on when he said he wasn't about to go to a funeral to participate in a bunch of people being fake. Well, I don't know why, because it seems like that's what your frequency is anyhow, especially on YouTube. But it's weird that Diamond and Shayna were calling the insurance company within 24 hours of Angie Stone being announced dead to inquire about payouts. I just don't think that would be the first thing on my mind if my mom just passed away. I don't think I'd be focused on how much money I can get from her death. Unless maybe I was involved. Allegedly. Maybe the ultimate revenge that would be so fucked up if it came out that was true. I showed you guys how her catalog increased within 10 days of her being announced dead. It increased, what was it, 13,000%? And she said UMG still held the royalties, and that's who Vassal works for, or works with. There's a lot of things that aren't adding up about multiple people's stories. And those things are going to be exposed and revealed. It's just a matter of time. So pay attention. Let's see what happens. I'm getting ready to jump off. I need to do some more editing, and I need to eat. Again, thank you to the real D's peeps, the real supporters. You guys are all appreciated so much. Thank you for your positive energy, prayers. Again, say hello to Princess Purple World D. That's the name of this avatar. And then I made Strawberry Girl. Let me pull her up. Where's Strawberry Girl? Yeah. So that's Strawberry Girl. And there's a samurai chick, her too. I thought I made another one. Oh, that's the original. Hot Pink Chica. So yeah, while people are busy talking shit, I'm busy creating. The samurai chick, I don't know. I feel like she needed more. She's just kind of not as badass. Strawberry Girl, I definitely like. So I think the next live, I'll use Strawberry Girl. I wanted y'all to see the whole outfit though, because her shoes are cute, but it won't like let me zoom out, I guess. Thank you, Soul Sound. Appreciate it. So the Rumble part 2, I'm not sure, you guys, because quite honestly, I have not been feeling good. I just jumped on here because I know I haven't been on here in a few days. It could possibly be tomorrow night, but I'm not sure. It should be at some point this week. Everything also does depend on, you know, my circumstances as far as my living situation, whether or not I'll have to be moving around. So that determines a lot of it. But more than likely, if I'm feeling better tomorrow, because like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling like shit all day. That's why I'm not camming up. Thankfully the crazy sneezing stopped, but yeah, all day yesterday, runny nose, non-stop sneezing, and still dealing with, you know, the tumors as well. So it's not to give energy to the health challenges, it's just being honest. It's been a lot going on. But I do want to do the part 2 of the watch party at some point this week, and then we're definitely going to do the roast for sure. Thank you. He said, I love the strawberry one. Afro Girl, yeah, I still have her. That's Melanin Queen D. Let me go back. I still have her too. She was the original avatar. The original one that I created. Yeah. That's Melanin Queen D. So yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the avatars are something I'm going to start offering for those that want, like since I have so much fun creating this, offering for people that want them for their lives. This one is the one that was in their system already. That was the first one I was using, but this is the first avatar that I actually created her. So she's the very first one that I developed using 3D model apps and nonlinear software editing apps. I do like how I can change the background. See, I feel like that background works better for her because of the orange. And purple and yellow, I learned in color theory, are complementary colors. So is orange and blue. And for those who don't know, again, I am openly bisexual, and the bi flag is pink, purple, and blue. It's just kind of dope that the space background are the bi colors. So yeah, this is Melanin Queen D, my very first avatar. And then, hold on. This is Hot Pink Chica D. And then that's the Purple Samurai. Technically, it's Purple Red Samurai D is her name. And then Strawberry. I like Strawberry D. I'll probably use her going forward. Let me see which background looks best for her. I kind of like that background for Strawberry Girl. Yeah, I think I like that one. That's too much purple. Too much distractions in the background. Okay, I kind of like that one for Strawberry Girl. Yeah, I like that one. Since it's outdoorsy. So yeah, this is also a new project of mine that I really enjoy. And like I said, for those that want avatars for when they go live, I'll be offering that soon. But this is the one that I made today. This is Prince's Purple World D. Now see, because it's like a blue violet, I do like the purple background for that. So yeah, I made this one a few hours ago. And I made sure to make her face the bi-colors. Pink eyeshadow, blue eyelashes, purple hair. Again, in the bi-colors. So yeah, I'd much rather focus on my creating, but I'm never going to stop exposing the truth, and I'm always going to keep it real. Like I said, it's amazing to me to see the people that were flocked together on platforms of disrespect. It's like, how can you be mad? Be grateful that people show you who they are and keep it pushing. But just know that if you come back over here and try to act like you're a supporter, I'm either going to call you out or act like you're not there. Because I just can't do, I don't do fake. And won't. I want us to stay focused on what matters. The roast will be epic. You guys will laugh. And laugh and laugh and laugh. That will be this week. Part 2 of the Pizzagate watch party will be this week. I can't tell you what day, but once I do know on the day, I will schedule it. I'll try to schedule it in advance so that you guys are aware of the time it's going to start. For those who haven't, go to, let me put it back in the chat. Go to my Rumble. And don't don't forget to click follow and subscribe so that you're notified when I am going live. And again, for those who would like to support the channel, because I don't use super chats or super stickers or memberships, you can send a donation to my Cash App or Venmo. Thank you to those who have sent support, and even to the ones who didn't. I'm not even upset at that. I just, I take things for what they are. And instead of being focused on the people that aren't supporting, I'm grateful for the ones who are. And I'm grateful for all of these peeps that show up consistently in the chat on my lives. I'm grateful for the people that have and are sending prayers and positive energy, and that the ones who post the positive comments in the chat and after the show and in the comment section. Thank you, because it keeps me going and it lets me know that I'm fulfilling my purpose here. So Miss Williams said, I'm growing up. It took me long enough, but I finally added my pic on the room. That's what's up. Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy my avatar that I made, my High Priestess D goddess avatar. And I post enough videos of when I do, record myself so people know what I look like. But y'all stay tuned. Like I said, my movie is getting launched this year. I'm launching new channels, new services, basically utilizing all of the different skills and talents that I have to create and manifest a new life, because I deserve a life of stability. I deserve a good life. I deserve good people who are loyal, people who are consistent, people who support unconditionally, and we can uplift one another. And I deserve the future I've been shown with my future divine masculine and our children, my healed body. I saw myself, like I said, doing my movie premiere, and then I saw myself performing on stage, and then I saw myself performing with my divine masculine on stage. Then I saw myself being a wife and a mom. Like, I'm ready for all of that. So I would much rather focus on what I want to manifest and just eliminate distractions, because they're just there to, to keep you from fulfilling your purpose. So thank you, my love. Appreciate the congratulations. Yeah, the Gog versus Magog will be launched before the end of the year, and it will be animated. And the content from this weekend, like I said, I'm editing. I want to try to get at least 1 or 2 videos out tonight before I go to bed from the studio. Again, shout out to Up Above Entertainment, Little Flip, and the whole Up Above studio crew that I met this weekend. Thank you all. To Dexter, thank you for your feedback and your positive energy. To the producer Aldo, thank you. To Alejandro, the lead of the media department, thank you for it was just so uplifting, you guys. It really was, and it reminded me of what my goals and my purpose in life are, and to stay focused on that. And that just because things haven't manifested yet doesn't mean that they're not going to. Everything is in divine timing, and there's always a reason for God's timing. So I trust it no matter what. Andrew, good to see you, my good brother. Good to see you. Y'all catch the replay. I'm about to jump off because I need to eat. And like I said, I got more editing I want to get done. But say hello to Princess Purple World D, my newest avatar that I designed and developed today. And then, like I said, next time it'll be Strawberry Girl. Really like Strawberry Girl. So yeah, she'll be next. But y'all stay tuned. Thank you, family. Love y'all.